Hello and welcome everyone to the Pro Baseball Experience. That is the PBE we all know and love, Season 43. We are approaching the final games of this regular season. We're going to finish up most of August here on this stream today, and then we've got a little bit more into September until playoffs are in effect. So we pick up where we left off yesterday. Appreciate Rabid for streaming last night. And yeah, it's not Wednesday night football. This is, of course, Wednesday night uh, simulation baseball. So we do this on Wednesdays. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. I've delayed long enough. Hopefully, some of you got a chuckle out of the meme I whipped together in Paint because graphic design is my passion. Let's check out some recent milestones here, put together by the stats team. We have a great one. Nick Fielder, longtime Outer Banks Aviator. I think he's been there the whole career. So shout out to 209 Tacos, career leader in doubles now, with 442. J.R. Frankenstein of the Voyagers, a little bit behind him, but just hit 300 doubles, longtime Voyager. 150 home runs, Elwood Hayes of the Vandals hit that mark just recently. 600 runs for instantaneous Peter Oatmeal III, the Vancouver Vandals. 400 stolen bases now for TGP of the Voyagers. 1,500 strikeouts, CC Bouchard, the Seattle Sea Serpent starter. And Matt Stroh, young Cancun Toro starter, hit 1,000 career strikeouts. Gianna Morgan, shout out to Bailey, there has been with the Aviators for a long time as well. 1,750 innings pitch. Possible milestones we could see on stream today. Travis Granholm of the Detroit Demons, just one home run away from that. JQ, 4 runs scored from 600. Rock out with your Crocs out. Now the Boise Raptors, just 3 RBIs away from 1,000 career ones. Whiskey Fuse of the Providence Crabs, just 3 walks away from 350. Another Crab, Mr. Alligator, just 1 stolen base away from 400 career stolen bases. Delete the Index of the Buffalo Surge, just 1 win away from 100. Xavier Crawford, Johnny Quest, Vader Page, all 1 win away from 75 career wins. So maybe that'll all happen this stream here. And then 1,500 career strikeouts. Jethro Tull just probably 1 start away from that, but now a commentator jinxed them, so 2 starts for sure. Seattle Sea Serpent starter approaching that strikeout marker. And Yoj Adov of the Aviators, just 2 saves away from 150. I'm not sure what the career lead is. Is it like 180 or 200 or something like that? I don't remember. Saves are not super common anymore, it feels like. So that is some of our recent accolades, and again, a lot of the great users getting these, and maybe potentially some Hall of Famers on this list. Let's take a look at the schedule here. We do have a prediction up. We're going to feature San Antonio and the Outer Banks Aviators. This one in North Carolina, not Alaska. It's North Carolina. Aviators hosting the Sloths. That prediction is up. Thank you, Clifton, Dolores Clifton, that is, of the Buffalo Surge. If you want to know where the player is, so in case there's any biases, make sure the mods aren't biased, but appreciate you putting the prediction up. After that, we're going to have Detroit Demons, Lunar Base Space Rangers. That is going to be primetime number 6. So Rabbit had a slog of primetimes on Tuesday. Did 5 of them on the Super Tuesday, as I would call it. And we've got quite a few sims as well. After that, we're going to go to the minors, where the Chicago Kingpins take on the Anchorage Wheelers. That is in Alaska. And then the Nashville Stars and Providence Crabs. We go back to the majors, primetime 7. Toronto Pathfinders take on the New Orleans Rougarou for primetime number 8. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are going to get into the action shortly, so be sure to wager those channel points. So we pick up where things left off, and wow, I didn't even notice that. Jordan Gonzalez, 3 home runs. That is, yeah, that's big homers. Let's advance the day, and we will crash the day. So 1 second here. Let me get things going. I apologize. I'm in a little bit of a new setup here, so hopefully everything comes through okay. So far, it's looking okay on my end. First crash is free. Thanks. All right. Let's get back to it. So here we are. Let's advance the day. You don't even need a lawyer? Wow. All right. I think I'll have one just for safety, though. All right, let's get to it. Aviators hosting the Sloss. Right now, the Aviators are a little bit on the outside looking in terms of playoffs. A win for them would be pretty big. They do need some help, though. Maybe the Voyagers, Crabs losing. Pathfinders and Surge have a pretty good lead in their respective divisions. Don't see them falling to the wild card, but I guess things could happen. So we will take a look at Benny Sheets pitching to Osmandi's Albies here in a second. Joanna Sahlberg, the starter for San Antonio. Yeah, it's going to be interesting matchup. I mean, I guess the Sloss are only a game behind the Aviators as well, so a win here could give them some momentum to potentially leapfrog them into the playoffs. But that playoff picture is tightening up quite a bit. If you're on the outside at this point of the season with only what are we at? Why can't I math right now? 20 games left. 27 games? So, no, not even. I think we're 20 games. I can't remember. But, anyway. We're winding things down in the season. So.
Out of the
and
park.
Let's go. We've got a huge raid. Tesugui, appreciate it. Raid party of 6. Let's go. You're about ready to see our first game of the night. Just strap in because we got a fun one. Benny Sheets pitching for the Aviators to the San Antonio Sloss. And welcome to the PBE. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the PBE already. I've recognized the name. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get first pitch underway. Benny in the Sheets is going to kick this one off. Looks like a nice day for baseball in the great state of North Carolina. A little muggy at 83, but not too bad as Benny sets into the bump for this one. Osmandi's Albies is up, and we're going to get a lead-off single on the very first pitch he sees. That is 1 on, nobody out for Big Vito, but Vito is going to strike out looking on 5 pitches. They're 1 down. Lenny Longpipe, catcher, is going to ground out into the 6-4 fielder's choice. Looks like not able to be turned by Bob Babbitt-Person. And then Zane Cold ends the inning with a bounce out to the second baseman. That is all she wrote here. Maybe we could close the prediction. Whoop. All right, I got it. Danny Brennan up now. So that is going to be reaching on an error, I believe. Shortstop getting the error. And then a single by Cole Kim, big contact guy, is going to get runners on the corners with nobody out. Bob Babbitt-Person up and strikes out, swinging. That is a good scoring opportunity. Missed out, but Kaoru draws the walk on the full count. Down 1-2. Okada Khan strikes out, so no sac fly in play. Dunkin' Donuts with the bases juiced is going to bounce out to the 6-4 fielder's choice. So the Aviators load the bases, but Sahlberg gets out of it, strikes out a couple in some clutch pitching. Does throw a lot of pitches there, almost 30 in that inning. We go to the top of the second. That is going to be a ground out by Jordan Beecham-Race to the shortstop, 1 down. And then Lutz will ground out to the third baseman. Good throw by Okada Khan. 2-2-2. That's what we call deuces in the biz. Luigi Lanakai is going to strike out, swinging to end the inning. 1-2-3. The Sloss bats go. Nick Fielder, the doubles king, is going to lead things off. And Fielder might have another one as that one gets down the line. And there you go. Old man Nick Fielder getting a hustle double there to lead things off in the bottom of the second with nobody out. Aaron Henry at the running scoring position as, that wild pitch able to be jumped on by Lenny Longpipe. And then Aaron Henry legs out an infield single, so we've got runners at the corners, nobody out. And Beckett Brooks grounds out to the third baseman, but will score runs, so prediction is the Aviators scoring first in this one. And then, Clifton, if you're feeling like doing another one, we can do another prediction. And that is going to be an error on San Antonio. Their second of the day is going to put runners at the corners. And that one, is it deep enough for a sac fly? Yes, it is, just barely. Cole Kim with the sack fly, scoring Aaron Henry 2-0 lead for the Aviators at home. And that is a gap shot to right center. Babbitt person getting it done. They do not send the runner from first. That's a cardinal sin in baseball. 2 outs, you're always scoring on a double, unless you're like, I don't know, like 40-year-old David Ortiz. Kaoru grounds out to the shortstop, and the inning is over. Sahlberg, with a lot of pitches here, has given up a couple runs through 2 full innings. Top of the third, we go San Antonio's Antonio Fresca leading things off. And that is a leadoff single to left by Fresca. Bartholomew Brown now driving this one high, but it's going to be caught in center by Dunkin' Donuts, no problem. 1 on, 1 out for Osmandi's Albies. They try the back pick, doesn't work. And then Albies grounds out into the 5-4 fielder's choice. So 1 on, 2 outs for Vito, who struck out first time, bounces out to the shortstop to end the inning. No action here as Benny Sheets has calmed down quickly. Bottom of the third we go with Okada-Khan leading things off, grounding out to the second baseman. That's a quick out, number 1. Dunkin' Donuts on the full count. He's going to try to go opposite field, driving it, but caught just in front of the warning track by Jordan Beach. Praise out, number 2. And fielder is going to bounce out to the third baseman on the full count. A lot of pitches here for Joanna Sahlberg. I know I've mentioned that a lot, but it does tend to matter with limited relievers here. We go to the top of the fourth. 2-0 lead for the Aviators. Lenny Longpipe up will strike out swinging as they throw it around the horn. That is Benny Sheets' 3rd strikeout of the day for just over 3 innings, and now make it 4 strikeouts, back-to-back Ks for the Aviators starter. Beecham Praise now up, and there's a perfect inning from Benny Sheets. 3 up, 3 down, striking out the side. Holding on to that 2-0 lead. We'll see if the Aviators can add another crooked number up there in the bottom of the 4th. Aaron Henry leads things off with a strikeout looking. That is 1 down for Beckett Brooks. Shortstop for the Aviators here, young buck. And he is going to pop up to shallow left, fielded by shortstop Fresca, and then Danny Brennan grounds out to the second baseman. A quick 1-2-3 for the Aviators, just what Sahlberg needed in this one to stay in the game. James Lutz going to start things off, the Sloth DH, and swinging on the first pitch he sees. That's a line shot, but robbed of a hit. Diving grab by Aaron Henry in left. 1 down. And Luigi Lanikai gets robbed. Well, not really robbed. That might have been foul, but a diving grab in right. Great defense here by the corner fielders of the Aviators. Antonio Fresca draws the walk, so with 2 outs, there's a runner on first. And then Bartholomew Brown's going to leg out an infield single. So we got a little traffic here with 2 outs. Albies, though, is going to bounce out to Babbitt Person to end the inning. No runs coming across for the San Antonio Sloths through 5 innings. We go to the bottom of the 5th with the Aviators in the lead 2-0. And that is a quick bounce out by Cole Kim to the first baseman. 1 down.
Strike 3.
Big hack by Babbitt Person. Wanted it all on that one, but it is strike 3. Sahlberg's 4th strikeout. He's only given up 1 earned. 2 total runs in this one, and then Kaoru grounds out to the second baseman on pitcher's pitch. 3 down here in the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th with Big Vito leading things off. And Big Vito's going to get robbed. Great defense here by this entire Outer Banks outfield. Dunkin' Donuts robbing a hit, and then a drop third strike, not successful for Longpipe, successful for the defense. And that will be a Zane Cold ground out to the shortstop. So 3 up, 3 down once more. It's been very, very quiet the last 3.5 innings or so. We'll see if something happens in the bottom of the 6th with Okada-Khan starting things off, and he will strike out. Sahlberg's 5th strikeout victim of the night. Dunkin' Donuts now down in the count 0-2. He will strike out. So really good pitching here, really good defense. Not a ton of offense except for just a touch in that bottom of the 2nd. But Nick Fielder, 2 for 3 day. Going to get a 2-out knock. Aaron Henry, however, cannot keep it going. Grounds out to the second baseman. 3 outs here. We're about 2/3 through this ball game as we go to the top of the 7th. Jordan Beecher Praise leading things off. And JBR is going to lead off with a single. That is only the 4th hit for San Antonio. And there we go. Back-to-back knocks for the Sloths. Runners at the corners. Great RBI opportunity for cold hitting Lanikai. Gets off the snide. No, it's a 6-4-3 double play. Does score Beecham Braves from third, but with 2 outs, the Sloths score a run and have no runners on base. Antonio Fresco's going to ground out to the second baseman for out number 3. 1-2 ball game, just a 1-run game here in Outer Banks, bottom of the 7th. After the 7th inning stretch, Benny Sheets through 7 full innings, only 1 earned. And Salbert's still out there for the Sloths. Will strike out Beckett Brooks right away. That is out number 1. Now Wendy Marvell is up. Long time pitcher here in the PBE. Grounds out to first baseman Danny Brennan. 2 down. Cole Kim up, and Kim is robbed. Sloths know they can play defense too. Luigi Lanakai laying out for it with 2 outs. Getting Cole Kim in that one. Bartholomew Brown's going to lead things off, and he will pop up in foul territory at the first baseman. That's 1 down. Full count to Osmandi's Albies, and that is a walk. So not too many walks issued here by Benny Sheets. Only 2 through 7 and a third. And Big Vito's going to fly out to center. So that's going to be 2 down. A bloop single by Lenny Longpipe, and that'll put runners at first and second. 2 down, though, for Zane Cold. Cold draws the walk, so some trouble here for Sheets. Do they replace him? No, they keep him out there. And that is back. Does it have enough? No, it hangs up. Beecham Braves trying for the grand slam with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. But it's caught in left field by Aaron Henry. Thought it looked good off the bat, but it is going to still be a 1-2 ball game. Bottom of the 8th, nobody out. Babbitt Person leads things off with a fly out to center. That's 1 down. And then Hatsuke Oru flies out to center as well. So 2 up, 2 down for the Aviators, whose offense hasn't really done anything since the 2nd inning. Okada Khan bounces out for out number 3. Marvell pitching pretty well in relief here. I mean, both teams pitching really well, playing really solid defense. Not a game of offense if that's what you're into. James Lutz leads things off, and down in the count, knocks a hard single up the middle. 1 on, nobody out, and that is another single up the middle. This time by Lanakai trying to get off that cold streak. 2 on, and 0-2 count. Ottov's come into the game, trying to get that save opportunity. This is the last chance for the Sloths, by the way. And Ottov's going to strike out 1. Now strikes out 2 with Bartholomew Brown. Osmandi's Albies is going to lace this one. It's going to go directly to Dunkin' Donuts in center field. So the Aviators hang on and will win this one 2-1. Protecting their home field. They're going to advance to 44 and 46 here on the season. We just have, quick math, was that 18 games left now? Take a look at the box scores for the day, and we will also get ready for our next games here. Why am I blanking on the next games? One second here. We have Detroit and Lunar Base, our primetime number 6 game. Lunar Base hosting the Demons. Good conference matchup there. Yeah. All right. We already got the prediction up. Clifton is on top of it. Hell yeah. Benny Sheets is your player of the game in this one. Let's take it around the league here. Toronto Pathfinders, top record in the Legends Conference. 2 of the top records, number 1 and number 2 respectively, as Pathfinders win on the road over the Buffalo Surge. Cy Duck, the Toronto starter, is going to be your player of the game in this one, getting the dub in the start. The New York Voyagers shut out the Boise Raptors, only allowing 2 hits, a 9-0 victory for New York at home. That great outing from Xavier Crawford will be your player of the game. Win number 10 on the season, 8 2/3, didn't give up a run, struck out 9, but couldn't get that last out, I guess. And the Providence Crabs win at home 6-2 over the Vancouver Vandals. Player of the game in this one is Instantaneous Peter Oatman III, despite the loss. The Vancouver Vandal getting a little bit of a reward here. Champions Conference, the Space Rangers winning at home over the Death Valley Scorpions. That's a big victory for them. They are, now up to 62 wins. Player of the game in this one is going to be Skumina Hulk Avado, the Lunar Base Space Rangers first baseman, getting it done. Apex winning 8-0 over the New Orleans Ruger at home. So we check out Indianapolis. Everyone knows I'm Indy's favorite streamer. Everyone already knows. Player of the game in this one is going to be Beauregard Rove. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to really stream today, but yeah, I think Crow had some stuff come up. So anyway, Beauregard Rove, great outing. 8 innings, only 2 hits allowed, and 12 strikeouts. Player of the game. Seattle Sea Serpents win on the road thanks to 2 runs in the top of the ninth. Looks like Chris Angel drove in a run from ground out, and then Shane Knox with a run-scoring triple. Ooh, baby. To give him the lead in the top of the ninth. Player of the game in this one, going to be Vader Page. Detroit starter, no decision here. Pitched pretty solidly, but nothing we can do about that, I guess. Just not the run support you'd expect. Cancun Toros shut out the Nashville Stars 6-0, only allowing 2 hits. They subdued them. That's a great word. It's a great word. Player of the game, Matt Stroh. Cancun starter, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts. Getting it done here against the Stars on the road. Not easy to pitch on the road. Not always easy to pitch on the road. Let's check out the minor leagues. We have the Lemurs winning 8-5 over the California Firehawks. Both teams pretty close in record here, too. This could be a playoff preview. You never know. Player of the game in this one, Gumby, which I can't remember. Yeah, of the Lemurs, third baseman there. All right, we've got the Kingpins winning 5-2 on the road over the Puerto Rico Ranas. We're going to see the Kingpins play a little bit later today on stream, or live, as we should say, is another matchup. So stick around for that if you're a Kingpin stan. It's like a big day for Capone. And yeah, Al Capone will be your player of the game in this one for the Chicago Kingpins. Amarillo Armadillo shutting out the Brew City Bears 4-0. Saw some Bears fans or Wildcat Bandit earlier in the chat, so sorry about that. It's I don't know. Sometimes you only get 3 hits in a game. I've been there. Player of the game in this one, starter for the Dillos, you already know, Valorant Arcanum. 7 innings, that's quite a bit usually in the minors, and no earned, only 1 strikeout, but hey, win's a win. Kansas City Hepcats and State College Swifties. Hepcats win this one, very close game on the road, 4-3 over State College. Check to make sure everything looks okay. Player of the game in this one is going to be Azo. I think of the Firehawks? No, Hepcats. Oh, new name. All right. Florida Flamingos win 9-5 over the Anchorage Wheelers. Looks like 8 runs in the bottom of the 6th to help the Mingo boys get the dub here. Player of the game is Daniel King of the Florida Flamingos, getting things done for his squad. All right. That is it for day 1. We'll keep things moving. double checking the schedule. We have a quick sim, and then we're going to travel to the moon, just like the Dogecoin did, right? And watch the Space Rangers play. So no majors games, no minor league games. So we'll advance one more day and get ready for our second stream day game of the night. Be sure to wager those channel points. We got over under 17.5 total hits. Let's look at the matchup, see if that influences your decision. The over right now looking like a pretty good value, but you know, probably going to be some pretty decent pitchers, and it seems to be so. Pretty good pitchers in this one, but also really good offenses. So it's really tough to say. Really tough to say what our final hit count would be. I mean, when you think about it, that's only like one team getting. You know, it's only each team getting 9 hits. Which last stream game, Sloss and Aviators, which have a little bit weaker offenses, they're. I think there's only like 13, 14 total hits between the two teams. So, you know, tough to tell. But we'll get this one going shortly. All right, last chances here to get your predictions in. We're going to close it down in a second as the Southpaw HOR Hypocrites is going to deal to Travis Granholm of the Detroit Demons, longtime Detroit Demon there. And away we go to the moon. HOR Hypocrites. Travis Granholm squaring off. Hypocrites will set in. He deals, and Granholm is going to get robbed of a hit and left. Dogged Eminem with a sliding catch for style points. Gets us out number 1, and that one is back, and gone! Left center, big-time shot by Stellan Apollo. 427 feet, and we're off in this one with a bang. Solo homer to put the Demons in the lead 1-0. Larry B. Burnside is going to just get this one in front of the catcher, out number 2. And Maple Dogwood going to try to keep a 2-out rally going. That is a single. Robbie Jackinson pops this one way up high, almost off the screen, and it's caught by the shortstop. 3 down. So Demons scoring a run on the solo homer. We go to the Space Rangers bats. First time in this one. Arthur Morgan leading things off. Morgan bloops this one. You know, a little pop out, fly out to center. 1 down. And then that's going to be a ground out to short. Dog and Eminem is victim for out number 2. Allison Chains, the Rooster, is going to fly out to shallow right center. 1, 2, 3. The Space Ranger bats go. Demons going in the top of the second with Casey Vita leading things off. Vita stands in and will ground this one back to Hypocrites on the bump. 1 out. Dachi Nakamura giving this one a good ride, and that's a solo home run. So 2 solo homers driving this Demons offense. 368 feet from Nakamura, the Demons first baseman's got us up to a 2-0 lead here on the road.
Strike 3.
Tony Gunk Jr. strikes out swinging as they throw it around. 2 down now, and Gleyber Torres is up, and Torres will ground out to the shortstop. That is out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the second. Demons, you know, a home run a day to keep the doctor away. They're up 2-0.
Strike 3.
Callie Alvarez leading things off for the Space Rangers. Was hitting hot. Will strike out on a big hack there. Quentin O'Corder's first strikeout of the day. 1 down in the second.
Strike 3.
Scumino Covado strikes out swinging. That's 2 up, 2 down, both on strikeouts. Jeff Newman, second baseman for the Space Rangers, will strike out looking. So a perfect inning here from Quentin O'Quarters. 3 strikeouts, making the Space Rangers not even take the bat off the shoulder, it seems. Top of the third, we go with Travis Granholm leading things off, and he's going to get robbed of a hit in right. Oh my goodness, what a diving grab by Morgan. 1 down. Stellan Apollo flies out to right. That is out number 2. Full count for Larry B. Burnside. Wanted it all in that one. That is strike 3 swinging. Not a very good pitch to swing on. HR Hypocrites with strikeout number 2 on the day. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Space Rangers trail by 2 with Crocs Erickson leading things off and is going to get a single to center. So 1 on, nobody out for Blair Boyant, but grounds out to the 6-4-3 double play. We've seen some solid defense from both teams. Demons getting it done here this time around. Raking Lake's going to draw the walk on the full count, driving up that O'Quarter's pinch count, but it's not going to matter. Or Arthur Morgan strikes out on 3 pitches to end the inning. So 1 hit for the Space Rangers, but nothing to show for it through 3 full. 2-0 lead for the Demons on the road. Maple Dogwood leads things off with a ground out to the shortstop.
Strike
1
3.
down, and then on the 2-2, Jackinson strikes out swinging. That's a cutter. HR Hypocrites settling in here a bit. And that's going to be an infield single by Casey Vita with 2 outs, but Nakamura is going to bounce out the second baseman for out number 3. Bottom of the 4th we go with the 2-3-4 hitters of the Space Rangers due up. Dog and M&M. Favorable count. Going to pop this one up to the second baseman, though, just behind the bump. 1 down. Allison Chains, the DH, grounds out to the third baseman. That's 2 quick outs for the Space Rangers bats. And then Callie Alvarez is going to ground out to the second baseman. That is out number 3. 1-2 through the Space Rangers bats go. Pretty quiet offensively. That under feeling pretty good right now. As we go to the top of the 5th. Tony Gunk Jr. setting in, and Gunk Jr. is going to fly out to right field. 1 down. Labor Torres strikes out swinging. That's Hypocrite's 4th strikeout of the day. Travis Granholm's up, and Granholm will also strike out. So through 5 innings, Hypocrites has got 5 strikeouts, has given up 2 runs and just 4 total hits. Bottom of the 5th with Scumino Hokovado, see if he can generate some offense, and that's a good start. That is a lead-off single for the Space Rangers first baseman. And there's back-to-back hits. This one rolling all the way to the wall. Jeff Newman's got extra bases. Hokovado rounding third and is in there for the Space Rangers' first run of the game. That's an RBI double by Newman to score Scumina. 2-1 now is your ball game. Erickson's going to bounce out to the first baseman. That does move Newman over to third, but Blair Boyant strikes out swinging, so no more sac fly. Raken Lake, the 9-hole hitter, is up. And, we've got a wild pitch. That will score Newman from third, so we're all knotted up in the bottom of the 5th, 2-2 with 2 outs. Raken Lake still up, 3-1 count. Draws the walk. That's what Raken the Lake does, draws walks. Runner on first, 2 outs for Arthur Morgan, but Morgan lines out to the right fielder, Casey Vita, 3 down. So a little bit of excitement here from the Space Ranger bats. 2-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 6th. Stellan Apollo starting things off for Detroit. And that is going to be a pop-up to the second baseman. That is 1 down. 3-0 count now. And that will be Larry B. Burnside drawing a walk. And, we got a little kicker off the catcher. As that is a rare 2-4-3 double play. Dogwood grounded out in that one. Catcher with a quick reflexes and arm as the Space Rangers clean up the inning. Dog and M&M is going to lead things off with a strikeout swing, and that's Quentin O'Quarter's 6th of the game. Now Allison Chains is up, and Chains will strike out looking. So O'Quarter's is good for 7. Kind of getting babbipped out here with the 2 earned runs, unfortunately. Callie Alvarez now up, will ground it to the third baseman. That is a 1-2-3 inning for Quentin O'Quarters. We go to the Demons bats. Robbie Jackinson leading things off. We'll see if he gets home run number 1 on the season. No. It's going to be ground out to the shortstop. 1 out. Casey Vita now will fly out to right. That's 2 up, 2 down. As HOR Hypocrite still out there. Has calmed down quite a bit after those couple home runs. And gets Nakamura to ground out. Nakamura had a dinger earlier, but nothing here. So, we're through this 7th inning stretch. 2-2 ball game. We'll see if the Space Rangers have anything to say about it breaking the tie, maybe. But Scumino Hokovado is going to strike out looking. That's 8 strikeouts out of the day for Quarters. Jeff Newman on the 3-1 count will get a knock. Newman had that clutch RBI earlier and then scored on a wild pitch. Now Erickson's up. Cross Erickson grounds out into the 6-4 fielder's choice. They don't turn two. Runner on first, 2 outs. That ball back pretty deep, but going to be catchable for the right fielder. No problem for Casey Vita, and that will retire the side. Top of the 8th. Still just a 2-2 ball game. Could we have free baseball tonight? Tony Gunk Jr. leads things off, and we have a pitching change. Good day for HOR Hypocrites, but Marston's come on now. And that is going to be down in the count. Gunk Jr. fighting it off for a leadoff single, but then gets picked off, so it doesn't even matter. Gleyber Torres now. Oh, and that's proving to be a costly pickoff as Torres will get a double to the right field line. One on second in scoring position there. One out for Travis Granholm. Granholm giving this one a ride, but it is caught and left by Dong and Eminem. 2 down. Single will score him. We'll see if Apollo can deliver. No, that's a strikeout swinging. So, 2-2 game remains. Bottom of the 8th we go with Rake and the Lake leading things off. And that's a pretty good person to lead things off. They generally draw a lot of walks. But in this case, grounds out to the shortstop as Quentin O'Corder's still out there for the Demons. 3-0 count to Arthur Morgan as Morgan draws the walk. And now Rogowski's entered the game as Morgan steals second. So good scoring opportunity for Dog and M&M. As Rogowski deals, and that's a line out to center, so Morgan has to hold. 2-2 count, and chains his bean. So we got runners at first and second. Hot hitting Cali Alvarez up, and Alvarez gets this one down the left field line. That's going to score 1. Will it score 2? Yes, it will. So Chains and Morgan come across to score 4-2 ball game. The Space Rangers have taken the lead in the bottom of the 8th. With an RBI, 2 RBI double from Cali Alvarez. Now Scumino Holcavado draws the walk. This is quite the 2-out rally, but it's going to end here with a Newman fly out to center. Detroit now, they were in control of this game a lot, or they felt like they were right in it, but now they're on their last 3 outs to score 2 runs. Top of the 9th with Larry B. Burnside. And old man Burnside is going to get on with an infield single, 1 on, nobody out for Maple Dogwood. But Dogwood bounces out into the 6-4-3 double play. Marston pitching well here in relief. Jackinson is going to fly out to left field, and that will do it in this one. The Space Rangers storm back late to win over the Detroit Demons 4-2. At home, they'll advance to 63-28 on the season. Let's take a look at the box score here, but yeah, it was interesting. You know, they have a saying that solos won't kill you, and it almost did kill HOR Hypocrites, but the offense came on a little bit late, so Marston is going to get the dub there in relief. Excuse me. HOR Hypocrites will be your player of the game, although pretty good outing for Quentin O'Corder as well in the loss. Let's take it around the league. We have the Toronto Pathfinders shutting out the Boise Raptors. That is a 6-0 victory for them. What can I say except you're welcome is the player of the game in this one for Toronto. It was the under. Yep. And it wasn't really that close. Yeah, 10 strikeouts and 7 innings will get the dub. Toronto starter. Pitching well. Commando Solo 193 says yes. Yes. Probably in that tone too, like yes. All right, we've got a 4-3 victory for the Vandals, although the Sloths make it very interesting in the bottom of the 9th. Almost come back to win it. Player of the game in this one is the Vancouver starter, Crash Jackson, 6 1/3, no earned runs. Doing well in this one. Providence Crabs winning on the road 7-1 over the Outer Banks Aviators. I like quite a few hits from the Aviators here in this one. Wheeler gang all the way. Wheelies up. Player of the game in this one is going to be Shake Hands with Beef Rye of the Providence Crabs. in the win. And we have the Buffalo Surge winning against the Voyagers on the road here. Tough place to win ball games in New York, that is. So we check things out. Couple errors there for the Voyagers. Maybe that's what hurt them. Player of the game in this one, Belikov of the New York Voyagers, did not help his team get the win, but Belikov is having a pretty, or has had a pretty solid season. The average has dipped a little bit though, but well, that's insane. That's the most OTP player of the game. Like, oh yeah, they walked 3 times. They're definitely player of the game. We saw this one, so let's go to Cancun, shutting out the New Orleans Rougarou at home in Mexico. 9-0 victory for the Toros. Player of the game in this one, Greenwall of the Toros, getting things done offensively. Death Valley Scorpions winning 5-3 against the Seattle Sea Serpents. And we do have a prediction up, by the way. Who will win, Chicago or Wheeler Gang? Not a lot of love for the Wheeler Gang right now, and they're at home. I don't know. Home teams generally do pretty well when the game is played out live. I'm not saying it's the end-all be-all. That's what it is sometimes. Giuseppe Jones, player of the game in this one for the Death Valley Scorpions, will get the win in the start. And the Nashville Stars are going to win one on the road against the Indianapolis Apex 8-6. Thanks to 3 runs in the top of the ninth there. Looks like Steiner was a big part of that rally.
Out of the park.
All right, we've got a Dirk Diglett sub in here for 26 months. Crazy long time. Bailey Jones going to be your player of the game here in this one. Therefore, the Nashville Stars in the win. Let's switch it over to the minor leagues. Bruce City Bears going to extras, scoring 5 in the top of the 10th, to solidify a big dub over the California Firehawks. They're trying to get back to 500. The Bears are hungry. Them Bears are always hungry. Checking out the player of the game, it's going to be Colton James in this one. Florida Flamingos winning on the road big over the Kansas City Hepcats. 10-4 victory for the Flamingos. Player of the game in this one, Nash DeVille of the Flamingos, helping drive that Florida offense. State College Swifties win 3-2 over the Louisville Lemurs. Close one here in Louisville as the Swifties approach 500. Rick Roll, your player of the game. The Lemurs starter does not get a decision there, but no earned runs. Kingpins, we're going to see next, and Wheelers, we're going to see this exact matchup here. Kingpins take this one 6-1. Both teams sitting at the same exact record, 48 and 43. Player of the game in this one, Pedro Blanco. No shout out to Pau. Never. Puerto Rico Ranas and Amarillo Armadillos, 6-1 victory for the Ranas. Well, you probably don't need to roll the R because, like, usually you roll the double R. I don't know. I don't really know my my languages that well. Even English. Only language I know is sarcasm. Sox, maybe. That's a new name. I like that one because I mean maybe it's Sox. We don't know. Is gonna get the win here in this one for the Puerto Rico Ranas. Good start. Okay, let's get back to it. We have a who will win prediction. I know American. Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah, brother? Oh yeah, that's a great line. English, do you speak it? There's some other like words in there, but yeah, if you know, you know. All right, let's check things out. We have a quick sim, and then we're going to get. It must be like a 3-game series, I assume. So we have a quick sim, and then Chicago and Anchorage doing battle. So get your channel points wagered, folks. I will save. I don't remember saving. All right, and we're going to do a quick sim here. And away we go. The Toronto Pathfinders taking care of business against the Boise Raptors once more. 9-1 victory for them. Taking a look at the player of the game, it's going to be Orion Thrasterson in the win for this one. 8 innings, no earned, and 11 strikeouts. Getting the dub in the start. Great outing for Thrasterson. Sloss win over the Vancouver Vandals at home. 5-2 victory for San Antonio. Player of the game in this one is going to be Evil Dictator, who we never commemorate because Evil Dictator is dead. Anyway, the Providence Crabs are going to win 6-5 in extras over the Outer Banks Aviators. Looks like Santiago Benito with the solo homer in the top of the 10th to give them the lead, and they were able to hang on. You guys ever watch that like the Pam what was it Pamtree Pimtree YouTube videos? You know, yeah, I don't know. I'll double check after I finish this. But yeah, did you ever watch like the Pimtree videos? They're like Santiago. That's what I think of every time I think of Santiago Benito. Player of the game in this one going to be Flamethrower Meta. Starter for the Crabs. No decision there. And the Voyagers get some revenge against the Buffalo Surge, so it's a 1-1 series there. 5-2 victory for New York. I mean, I would certainly think the Pathfinders would have clinched the playoffs a long time ago, just not like mathematically, if you know what I mean. But you know, I'm a little. Are they custom names? Yeah, a lot of these are they're all custom names in a way. Even the bots are customized by the GMs for the minor teams at least. Aren't really bots in the majors, I don't think. Hopefully not. They're only 100 TP. Kelvin Gosman, your play of the game in this one. New York started getting the dub. But yeah, you can make your own. Yeah, all the names are fun. Like we got a lot of fun names in the league. That's part of the fun. Space Rangers win again here over the Demons. 4-1 victory for them. Some people use their real names too. Some people use kind of puns. Some people use plays on real MLB players. It's a lot of fun. You know, like Gleyber Torres is an example. Obviously, like it's play on the MLB player Gleyber Torres, or however you say it. Player of the game in this one, right in the dirt. Lunar Base starter, doing well, getting the dub, getting the win. We love it. Cancun winning 7-3 over the New Orleans Rougarou. Yeah, well that's true. Yeah, see that's true. Master Sheep is right. Yeah, like he uses his real name, Krispy Kreme. That's his real name. He's got like a lot. He's got like big time lawyers and stuff like that. Like you know, he's like He's taking down the man. You know, because they used his likeness for the donut stuff or whatever. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Nova Montaigne, your player of the game in this one, going to get the win for the Cancun Toros in the start here. Death Scorpions win 3-1 over the Seattle Sea Serpents. Yeah, we have a Krispy Kreme and a Dunkin' Donuts. Now we just need a Caribou Coffee, and if you know Caribou Coffee, you know. That would be a really good name, actually, for a base. Dang, one. Hmm. I'll have to do that. Caribou Coffee. Tim Horton. I feel like that's already been done. Maybe. I feel like that has to have been done. Anyway, Ryan Stryker Jr. player of the game in this one. Shout out to Ryan. Gonna get player of the game in the start for the Death Valley Scorpions. Indianapolis Apex win in the bottom of the ninth. They walk it off actually against the Nashville Stars. Looks like Alescu, the young buck, hitting a 2-run homer. I just recreated. I have a pretty fresh player, so I don't think it makes sense to make a name change. So my player is a play on my name and the team I GM. So it's kind of, I think it's funny, and that's all that matters. But yeah, look at that big day for Alescu there. Cal Pico, though, is going to be your player of the game in this one, helping that Apex offense get the win. We could check the standings quick here, but Toronto Pathfinders have clinched, and then pretty much everyone in the Champions has clinched a playoff spot except the Detroit Demons. But Demons have a 13-game lead, so that could even come this sim. I'm not sure. Depends on the matchups, but yeah. So that's the lone X in the Legends West is the Toronto Pathfinders, which is X just clinched or is X division? I think X is division. I don't know. It's weird because I'm so used to like Madden or at least older EA sports football games where it's like Z is your division and first round or Y is division and X is wild card. But anyway, whatever. All right, let's do a save and we'll get through the minor league games. Keep in mind we have stream minor game coming up. Prediction looks to be closed, so it's timed out because I'm rambling. 4-3 victory for the Louisville Lemurs over the State College Swiss-Steeds. This one took extras with Ben Kruger going to be your hero in this one, scoring run-scoring single against Caspai. EA boo. I mean they used to make good games in the sports genre at least. So then they found this thing called microtransactions. They're like, ooh. I mean, they were kind of dropping off before microtransactions, but you know, if you're a real one, you know. Hugh Belong with me, State College starter, getting player of the game, solid start, no decision though. Florida Flamingos winning another one here, shutting out the Hepcats 9-0. Man, Parquad is going to have to be thanking me here because I am getting him the dubs. Sometimes I don't give him the dubs. This time I'm getting him the dubs. Oh yeah, no kidding. I remember. Yeah, I remember. You remember? Play of the game is Jashawn, Florida starter, doing extremely well. 7 2/3, no earned, 5 strikeouts, getting the dub in the start. Anchorage Wheelers and Kingpin, so I think the series is tied up 1-1, so we'll see how the rubber match goes. 4-2 victory for the Wheelies. Wheelie Gang. Player of the game, Walker Wallace here of the Anchorage Wheelers, I believe. Yeah. Shortstop there. Getting the player of the game for this one. Bruce City Bears win 11-9, but look at the Firehawks almost coming back here. You see that little bloop? That is a grand slam from McGillicuddy, making it interesting, but Bears will hang on to win. Player of the game in this one is going to be Hound Streamer. Not sure if he's joined us for tonight. I saw Wildcat Bandit in there for a little bit, but not Hound Streamer. I don't know why I associate the two. I don't know. I feel like their names are similar but different. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Puerto Rico Rana's back to 500. They win 4-0, shutting out the Amarillo Armadillos. Can we get some? What's the Ranas thing? They do like the Viva Las Ranas, or they do the frog up? I don't know what they say. I don't know what the Browns say. The ribbit. Quentin DeYoung, your play of the game there for Puerto Rico, helping drive that offense to the victory. All right, let's get to it. My mouse got all weird. What is going on? Oh, I have some crap on my mouse. Okay. All right. We're good now. We're good. You guys can't see my mouse intentionally, so you don't see all the random misclicks I do and sub-pixel manipulation because I can't reveal my patented secret. All right, Guy Manuel Lore and Vincent Heiderscheid pitching in this one. Prediction is close. We're just going to get right into it. Good matchup here. I think it could be a playoff. I can't remember. Maybe Chicago's a little bit too far behind. Maybe not. I haven't looked at the minor league playoffs in a while, but we'll check it out here after the stream. So after the stream's kind of winding down. So let's get into it. Southpaw Manuel Lore pitching to Evanescence, switch hitting center fielder for the Kingpins. Game is starting right meow. And here we go. Anchorage hosting the Kingpins, and we're off to a bang. A right center gap shot here by Evanescence. Prediction is who will win, and that's a good start for the Kingpins. Pedro Blanco's up, will bounce out to the second baseman. Does move the runner over to third, though. Now, Cryas Kid up, and Kid's got our first RBI of the game. RBI single to score Evanescence. Chicago up 1-0 with one out in the top of the first. Kent Murphy II's going to get an infield single, it seems. Reyes does not throw over. Now runners on first and second. Make that runners at second and third with that wild pitch. And then Al Capone draws the walk. So we got bases juice. One out for Anthony Simmons III. And that is going to ground out into a 4-6-3 double play. So Lore getting out of a jam here with the bases juice. Chicago does score one, though, on some small ball as we go to the Wheelers' bats with Sebastian Otage due up first. And Otage is going to draw the walk. That is one on, nobody out. Marcelo Reyes now up, will ground out into the 5-4-3 double play. Could have almost been a triple play there. The ball was right on the base. And that is going to be HFFO Cove robbed of a hit. Kent Murphy II, hot hitting, hot defense. Diving out in right field to keep the Wheelers hitless through one. Dave Honkball leads things off, and that is a strikeout. First strikeout of the day for Guy Manuel Lore. One down for DeQuavion Davis Jr., who bounced out to the first baseman. Two down. And that is going to be a single up the middle by Jalexi Alexander. One on, two outs for Evanescence, who started things off with a double. Will ground out to the second baseman to end it. 1-0 lead for the Kingpins after their first crack through the lineup. No runs in that last half inning. So we go to Scott McNeely and the Wheelers, starting things off in the top of second. That's going to be a single down in the count. 1-2, delivers it right back where it came from. Now Shane Ziegler's up, and Ziegler's going to have a single to right. Looks like runner had to hold up a little bit, thought it might have been caught, so doesn't get to third. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Sino slams, but that's a strikeout. One down, bringing up Red Panda. Red Panda hitting this one directly to Essence in center field. Two outs. Got Deuces out there. Walker Wallace up, and Walker Wallace is going to fly out to left field. No problem for DeQuavion Davis Jr., and that will end the second inning. Chicago just a 1-0 lead for them. We'll see if they can add some more in the top of the third with Pedro Blanco up. Pedro Blanco grounds out to the second baseman. That is one down. Cryas Kid now will ground out to the second baseman as well. Two up, two down quickly for the Kingpins bats. But on the 2-2, two-out count, it's Kent Murphy II getting a double down left field line. Bit of a hustle double, just barely beating the throw from Sino Slams. Runner in scoring position with two outs. But Al Capone flies out right on the right field line for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the third with the Wheelers trailing by 1 at home. Still anyone's ball game. It's going to be Alex G leading things off here. And Alex G is going to ground out to the shortstop. That is one out. 2-2 count for Sebastian Otage, who grounds out to the first baseman. No, it's an error. Simmons the third picking up the error. But then it's going to be a 1-6-3 double play. Nicely turned. Reyes grounding out there. Was kind of hot hitting coming into it. But that's going to retire the side. Top of the fourth we go. Anthony Simmons the third going to shake off that error and get a single right up the middle on the first pitch he sees. Nobody on, nobody out, or one on, nobody out for Dave Honkball. And Honkball puts runners at the corners now with nobody out. The DeQuavion Davis Jr. grounds out into the 4-6-3 double play, but Simmons III is able to score. Kingpin's now up 2-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Or top of the fourth, excuse me. Alexei Alexander draws a walk, and that'll be Evanescence due up, who grounds out to the shortstop. Good play there by Wallace to end the inning. Kingpins getting a few hits. They're up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's HFFO Cove, or OFFH Cove, maybe, more appropriately. Due up, flies out to center. That's 1 down. Scott McNeely grounds out to the third baseman. That's 2 down. 2 quick ones for Heiderscheid here. As Heiderscheid gets strikeout number 2, victim is Shane Ziegler. We go to the top of the fourth. Pedro Blanco and the 2-3-4 hitters for the Kingpins lead things off in the top of the fifth. And Blanco's going to get beamed here by Guy Manuel Lore. Maybe some bad blood. So we go to Cryas Kid, and Kid's grounding out to the first baseman. Tag, they say, but Blanco slides in safely, runner on second, 1 down. Kent Murphy the second can't drive him in. That is a strikeout looking. Al Capone with 2 outs, runner at second, flies out to center. No problem for Alex G. And that will do it for the top of the fifth. Bottom of the inning we go. Sin O Slams. Anchorage's left fielder leading things off. And that is going to be a fly out to left by O Slams. Bring up Red Panda just below the Mendoza line there. But Red Panda not going to get a knock here. Flying out to right. 2 up, 2 down. Full count for Walker Wallace, who gets robbed of a hit in right field. Kent Murphy the second. A couple great diving grabs in this one. Gets out number 3. We go to the top of the sixth with Anthony Simons III starting things off. And he will draw a walk on Guy Manuel Lore. That is going to be a single by Dave Honkball. A couple hits now for Honkball. DeQuavion Davis Jr. strikes out looking with a run in scoring position. That's the first out. Lore's still out there. And a single up the middle by Alexei Alexander. That is not going to score one. They just go station to station. Bases juice, 1 out for Evanescence. Strikes out swinging. What a clutch strikeout by Guy Manuel Lore. Now Pedro Blanco is going to pop up to the shortstop. So the Kingpins load the bases, but no runs coming across. Guy Manuel Lore clutching up when it matters. But the Kingpins still have a lead 2-0. Wheelers need to get some runs on the board, and that's a decent start. Alex G drawn the full count walk. Heiderscheid's day is done. Now it's going to be Usada Pecora in the game, and Pecora is going to get a strikeout on Sebastian Otage for 1 out. Marcelo Reyes slamming that one up the middle. That is a solid knock for a single. OFFH Cove draws the walk. So bases juice, 1 out for Scott McNeely. Man, McNeely singles this one up the middle. Runners or infielders are playing in. That scores 1, but not the second. It's going to be Evanescence gunning down Marcelo Reyes coming in at home. Anchorage just get on the board for 1. Shane Ziegler draws a walk, and then Sino Slam strikes out looking. So Pecora is going to get the Kingpins out of it. Will give a run to Heiderscheid, but Kingpins holding on to a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 7th. It'll be Prius Kid with a leadoff single. And then Kent Murphy the second gets robbed of a hit. Sino slams the great dive and grab and left. And then Al Capone flies out directly to left to Sino slams. But that one's Slams is not going to get. That one's all the way to the wall. Will they score? Cryas Kid from first. He's rounding third, and he is safe at first. Anthony Simmons the third has got a sliding triple with 2 outs. Kingpins lead now 3-1. That ball back, and gone over the right center wall. 2-run homer with 2 outs by Dave Honkball, who's got his 3rd hit today 433 feet, no doubt about it. And the Kingpins have really opened things up here in this one. They now lead 5-1. Big 2-out rally for them. Quavion Davis Jr. is going to end this inning, although it was a very, very great play and right by Red Panda. It was going to lead things off for the Wheelers. Anchorage, after the 7th inning stretch, trailing by 4. They're down to their last third of the ball game to tie it up. That's not a good start. Red Panda pops it up to the to the catcher. 1 down, and now Walker Wallace striking out. That is Pecora's 3rd strikeout of the day. Alex G up, will ground. No, it's going to bounce past Pedro Blanco for a hit. Now Crony come on, and Crony draws a walk, so maybe a bit of a rally for Anchorage. Marcelo Reyes hot hitting here is up, and Reyes is going to single up the middle. Will they send the runner? They do, and safe is Alex G, so the Anchorage Wheelers are now on the board for 2 with that clutch RBI single, 2 outs by Marcelo Reyes. OFFH Cove pops this one way up high, but it's caught by the shortstop for out number 3. Wheelers striking for 1, but they still trail by 2 as we go to the top of the 8th. Alexi Alexander, Kingpin's 3rd baseman, set to lead things off. That's going to be a line out to center by Alexander, 1 down. Evanescence grounds out to the 3rd baseman, 2 up, 2 down for the Kingpins. Pedro Blanco now settles in, giving this one a ride, but it's caught just at the warning track there by Sino Slams, who we're going to see up 3rd next inning. Bottom of the 8th we go as the Kingpins go 1, 2, 3. Scott McNeely, leading things off. McNeely is going to draw a walk on the 3-1, bringing up Shane Ziegler, and this one is going to be lined directly to Evanescence for 1 out. Sino Slams on the 1-2, strikes out swinging Crony's 1st strikeout of the day in relief. With 2 outs, full count to Red Panda, runner moving on the pitch, and Red Panda grounds out to the shortstop. Good play there by Pedro Blanco. Last inning of play, Chicago trying to add some insurance. They hold on to a 3-run lead here in Anchorage. Cryas Kidd leading things off. And Kidd is going to have an infield single. Booze Goozer not going to get over in time. Full count to Kent Murphy II, and that is going to be an out. Yes, so they don't get the force out, but runner out at first. Al Capone flies out to right. That will advance the runner to 3rd, although maybe not totally necessary. 90 feet away from first. Simmons III is going to single, and that is going to be a base hit by Simmons III. Chicago now leads 6-2 as Simmons III, I think, has had a 4-hit ball game. Honkball fouls out for out number 3, and the Kingpins have a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Anchorage Wheelers, Walker Wallace set to lead things off against Rugsy with the Heelys. And Walker Wallace lines out to shortstop. That's 1 down. Alex G flies out to right center. That's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Otage, last chance for the Wheelers. But that's a fly out to left field, and that will end it. No problem for Rugsy with the Heelys, along with the rest of the Kingpin squad. They win on the road 6-2, taking the series 2-1. Stick around. We've got another 2 live stream games that is, coming up shortly. Next one is going to be the Nashville Stars and Providence Crabs. That'll be coming up very, very quickly after we get through these box scores. Player of the game in this one, Anthony Simmons III, had a 3-hit day, excuse me. I thought it was a 4-hit for some reason. Don't know why. Someone was up there. Amarillo Armadillos winning at home 5-3 over the Puerto Rico Ranas. And we do have a prediction up. Who will score first? It's going to be the Nashville Stars up the bat first. And so we got a lot of channel points on them Star Boys. I think it's the 2 top of the rotation pitchers up in this game. So could be a good one. No, it's a second in rotation. Sorry. Excuse me. Jeff Salad in the start for the Dillos is going to be your player of the game, getting the win. Louisville Lemurs win 3-2 over the State College Swift Steeds. Adam Roberts is your player of the game. Louisville started no decision, but had a pretty solid outing. Florida Flamingos win 12-5 over the Hepcats. Flamingos on a bit of a streak here. Player of the game in this one, Miroslav Katil, longtime Flamingoan? Florida Flamingoan? I don't know. Player of the game. And Firehawks win 4-0, shutting out the Brew City Bears. Player of the game in this one, Jose Mc43 of the California Firehawks. No earned runs, only 1 hit allowed and 4 strikeouts in 6 innings, getting the dub in the start. Swing it back to the major leagues. Toronto Pathfinders win 5-2 over the Boise Raptors. They're going to get this sweep at home. Player of the game in this one, Toronto starter Starscream. 8 innings, only 1 earned, and 7 strikeouts. Doing well. Sloss win at home thanks to 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. They will walk it off, yeah. I guess it was tied 1-1. I was like, why doesn't that work out? Zane Cold, the hero in this outing. Shikaran DePoyo is going to be your player of the game in this one. No decision in the start. Commander Shepard's going to get the dub, but great outing for DePoyo. The Aviators get some revenge against the Crabs here. They win 10-4. We're going to see Providence up next here. Look at that. Okada Khan with a grand slam. Big day for Khan. Player of the game in this one is going to be Okada Khan, in fact. And the Voyagers win at home over the Buffalo Surge. I think they dropped game 1 and won the last 2. They win 4-1 over Buffalo. Again, reminder prediction. Who scores first? Looks pretty even. Player of the game in this one, Anthony Barco of the New York Voyagers. 10 strikeouts and only 1 earned, 7 innings under the belt. Let's move it over to the Champions Conference. Lunar Base Space Rangers, big win. I think that's a sweep over the Demons now as they win 10-4. Ooh, that big day for Cali Alvarez. 5 RBIs. Nicely done. Cali Alvarez, in fact, will be your player of the game here for the Space Rangers. We go on to the Toros, who sweep the New Orleans Rougarou 7-2. As we check things out here. Player of the game in this one is going to be Johnny Quest. Cancun starter going 7 1/3, striking out 8, getting the dub. Death Valley Scorpions, I think that's a sweep over the Sea Serpents. They went 5-1 over Seattle. Death Valley. Doing well here. Max Power with another home run. I think Max Power is still the career OPS leader. And look at that, approaching 100 RBIs, too. That's not an easy milestone. For a season, that is. Johnny Tsunami, the second, is going to be your player of the game, getting the win in this one. 11 strikeouts in just 7 innings. Nicely done. Apex went 13-3 over the Stars. We're going to see both the Stars and the Crabs. So both teams coming off a loss here. We'll see which one gets hot. Player of the game in this one is Jew the Jew. Shout out to Josh there. Big day on offense for him. We already looked at the major scores, so let's do a save and get ready for our next game here, because I think it is Quick Sim, and yeah, so Quick Sim, and then it's Providence hosting the Nashville Stars, but I want to say it's a off day. It is for the majors and it is for the minors. Easy, easy. So we have some interleague play, Legends and Champions teams all kind of mixed up here. Let's take a look at the matchups. It's Junha Choi. It's Claude Daddy. You already know. Providence Crabs hosting the Nashville Stars here. Prediction is live. Just a few more seconds to get your channel points wagered. Matchups seem to favor the Crabs, but and Providence is at home. We'll see what happens. A lot of funky things happen on stream. Yaboa's been hot. Claudaddy maybe due for a quality outing here. We'll see how it shakes out. First pitch coming up here in a second. Southpaw Junha Choi pitching to Lalo Salamanca, longtime Nashville Star. As we are getting ready for our primetime 7 matchup. It's going to be a full count to Salamanca as Junha Choi deals the 7th pitch in this one, and that's going to be a walk. A big, great AB, great way to start for the Nashville Stars. Jose 43 1/4 is going to strike out swinging. We got to close these predictions, guys. And then it's going to be Albert Steiner flying out to left. That's 1 down. Tony Yaboa strikes out swinging, so Stars do not capitalize on this scoring opportunity. Bottom of the first we go, 0-0 ball game with Mr. Alligator leading things off. In to pitch is Claude Daddy, and Mr. Alligator's going to get this one down the right field line, and he's going to try for 2. Has it. Hustle double. So runner in scoring position for Joe Shiesty Jr. with nobody out. Full count. Claude Daddy deals, and Shiesty Jr. is going to have an infield single, so I thought it could have been an error. Full count, and now Whiskey Fuse draws the walk, so bases juice for Beef Rye, a former Nashville Star, and Rye is going to get an RBI knock. They just go station to station, but the Providence Crabs score first in this one with an RBI single from Rye. Now Stubby McGuire up is going to give this one a good ride to right. Do they send the runner in the sac fly? They do, and he is safe, so Shiesty Jr. scores. Providence up 2-0, and runner did move to third. With Santiago Benito up, that is going to be a fly to left. Do they send the runner again? Yes, they do. Whiskey Fuse scores on the sac fly. So some small ball here for the Providence Crabs is giving them a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Swan Song Goose is up, checks the swing, and draws the walk. So a lot of traffic on the bases for Claudaddy. Now 2-0 count for Philip Alou. We'll end this inning with a pop-up to right field. 3-0 ball game through 1. We go to the top of the second with Aldrin Sav leading things off here. Sav is going to strike out swinging with Junha Choi. His second strikeout of the day. Third strikeout, excuse me. And now that's going to be a Bailey Jones walk, so 1 on, 1 out for Jeff Windsor, but Windsor strikes out. Strikeout 3 called. Now Ian Deegan, the DH, is up, will bounce out. No, it's an error! It's an error on Whiskey Fuse on the throw. So now put runners in scoring position. Good RBI opportunity. Silliams gives it a ride, but it's hung up there for Shiesty Jr. in right. Out number 3. We do have another prediction up. Will there be a run in the 9th inning? Yes or no? Wager some more channel points if you got any left. Art Cove is going to strike out on the check swing. 1 down. That is Claudaddy's first strikeout of the day. And then Mr. Alligator bounces out to the second baseman. 2 up, 2 down for the Crabs bats. Joe Shiesty Jr. rocking this one. That's going to bounce off the wall for a 2-out double. Good AB there. Now Whiskey Fuse with an RBI opportunity. Steps in, draws the walk. So we got runners on first and second here for Beef Rye. Rye with 1 hit and an RBI earlier. 2-2 count. He's going to ground out to the third baseman, gets it over to second for the force out. So no runs here in the bottom of the second for Providence. Top of the third we go. Nashville trails by 3. It's going to be Lalo Salamanca leading things off. And Salamanca strikes out swinging. That's 1 down. Choi with 5 strikeouts in this one now. Jose 43 1/4 bounces out to the shortstop. That is out number 2. Adalbert Steiner's up, and Steiner is going to get the Stars their first hit. Down 0-2 in the count. Nicely done. So 1 runner on, and oh no, Steiner trying to steal second, but Santiago Benito guns him down. End of the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the inning with Stubby McGuire leading things off. And Stubby McGuire is going to get a single up the middle. Has a sac fly earlier, now a single. Santiago Benito up, full count. Grounds out into the 5-4-3 double play. Nicely turned there by Jake Silliams at second. Swan Song Goose is going to fly out to left field to end it. And so nothing coming across once more for the Crabs. Claudette really settling down after that first inning. We go to the top of the fourth with Tony Yeboah. And Yeboah's got a single up the middle. That's a grand style start. Aldrin Sov now with a runner on is also going to get a knock. So some traffic on the base pass for Junha Choi. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Bailey Jones up. Batting 275 is going to pop this one up to the shortstop, though. Runners can't go anywhere. Jeff Windsor's up, and he's going to ground out into the 6-4-3 double play, so no run comes across for the Stars. Nicely turned. Good defense there by the Crabs up the middle. They still lead 3-0 at home. Philip Allou's going to start things off, and Allou's going to get a knock to right. Leadoff single for Mr. Phillip. We'll see if he swipes second or attempts to. Will not on this AB as Adajmai Cove flies out to left. 1-on-1 out for Mr. Alligator. As Claudette deals, Allou's takes off, and that is a stolen base. So runner in second for Gator. And Gator's going to bloop this one just over the head of Silliams. Runner holds at third, though. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Shiesty Jr. as a double. And the double steal. What? The double steal. Allou is going to get home. 4-0 lead for the Crabs now. As that is trapped. That was a weird play. That'll be a single from Shiesty Jr. scoring Mr. Alligator. And then, oh my God, what a shot by Whiskey Fuse. 2-run bomb. 402 feet, and that is going to be a 4-piece in this 4th inning for the Providence Crabs. They're up 7-0 now after that Whiskey Fuse bomb. B. Fry is up, and it's going to keep things going, drawing the walk as Dante Haversham has entered the game, I think the previous batter. Stubby McGuire is going to fly out to left, 2 down now, and Santiago Benito bounces this back to the pitcher. So the Crabs have opened this game up to a 7-0 lead. We go to the top of the 5th with Ian Deegan, Nashville's DH, starting things off. And Ian is going to strike out on the check swing. They ring him up 1 down. That is Choi's 6th strikeout of the day. And that is going to be another error. I don't know if that was on Cove. Yeah.
Strike 3.
Yeah, it is on Cove, but doesn't matter in this one. Salamanca strikes out swinging, and then with 2 outs, Jose 43 1/4 pops this one way up high to the third baseman. Able to get under is Goose for out number 3. He's going to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. Providence up 7-0. And Goose with a gap shot to right center. That is good for a double. What's good, Hummus? So a leadoff double from Goose. Philip Allou trying to do the same thing, but gets under it a little bit too much. That is a fly out to right. Goose able to get to third. Yeah, I try to keep it alive. And Adajmai Cove going over the right field wall for a 2-run homer. Crabs now up 9-0. Their shortstop at the 9-hole spot, getting things done offensively as well as defensively. Mr. Alligator not stepping off the gas. That is going to be a single up the middle. He's got a 3-for-4 day. And Gator is going to... what happened? I don't know. 1 out, runner in second. Joe Shiesty Jr. counts out the shortstop. That's 2 outs. Whiskey Fuse bounces out to the first baseman, dumps it over to Haversham covering, and that is it for the 5th inning. Crabs take extend the lead by a couple, 9-0 in the top of the 6, with Albert Steiner leading things off with a bang. That is a double all the way to the wall. That might be the first extra base hit for the Stars here in this one. Now Choi deals, and that is going to be a fly out to left. No problem for B. Fry. Runner on second. Still for Sauv, and fly out to left once more. 1-2 count for Bailey Jones, who flies out to center. So Choi gives up the leadoff double, but clamps things down for the rest of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Crabs still not done yet, but Rye's going to lead things off. Fly out to left center. 1 out. Stubby McGuire is going to pop up to the second baseman. So Havisham calmed down a little bit. Did give up that 2-run homer, as Benito taps this one in front of the catcher. No problem for Jose, 43 1/4. 1-2-3 inning for the Crabs. That might be one of the only 1-2-3 innings they've had this game. As we go to the top of the 7th, the 7, 8, 9 hitters do up. Dusty DeSoto has entered the game, so Choi's day is done, although pitched pretty well. It'll be Jeff Windsor now, striking out, and then Ian Deegan striking out, so 2 straight strikeouts for Dusty DeSoto. Silliams is up, and Jake Silliams is going to fly out to right to end the inning. 1-2-3, the Stars bats go. Not looking good for the comeback here. Bottom of the 7th, with Swan Song Goose leading things off. Full count to Goose. And Goose gonna go Oppo Taco over the right field wall. The Crabs really like that right field wall this game. 380 feet solo homer for Swan Song Goose. Now Philip Alou up. Alou's got a stolen base, I think, in this one, and a hit, but grounds out to the second baseman as Chuck Ball has entered the game. And now with 1 out, it's Adjmazar Kovlainen out to the first baseman. Heads up there, Tony Yeboah. Mr. Alligator grounds out to the second baseman, so Providence scoring 1 on the solo shot. 10-0 lead for him as we go to the top of the 8th with Lalo Salamanca starting things off. Salamanca is going to pop this one up into right field. Bit of a haul for Whiskey Fuse, but able to get it for out number 1. Jose, 43 1/4, pops up on the foul line. Third baseman runs in just a bit. 2 down. Adalbert Steiner with a couple hits in this one. Grounds out to Cove at short for out number 3. 1-2-3. DeSoto gets them sat down with Joe Shiesty Jr. and Providence's potentially last time to hit here due up. Shiesty Jr. grounds out to third. 1 down. Now Whiskey Fuse up, and Whiskey Fuse lines out to left. That is out number 2. B. Fry is up, and Rye's going to keep the game alive, or the inning alive for Providence. That's a single with an error on the center fielder. Seen a lot of errors in this game by both teams combined. But McGuire is going to get out, so it doesn't come back to bite the Stars. 10-0 ball game as we go to the top of the 9th. Nashville has a bit of a deficit here, to say the least. Yeboah starting things off with a single, though. That's how you gotta get runners on base here if you're the Nashville Stars. So that's 1 on, nobody out, and another single here. This one by Sauv in the infield. So runners on first and second, and 3 hits in a row, but they don't send the runner. So bases juice with nobody out. DeSoto's still out there. Jeff Windsor's up. The high fly ball to left center. Do they send the runner? No. Gator able to catch it 1 down. Now, Buendia's come into the game. Buendia strikes out at Hirahara. Now Silliams is up, and Jake Silliams with 2 outs, bases loaded, flies out to right center for out number 3. Providence in our primetime Game 7 wins 10-0 over the Nashville Stars, as it was pretty much all Providence from the get-go. Player of the game in this one, Jun-Ha Choi. I thought they maybe could have left him out there a little bit, but did give you 6 quality innings without a run and the win. And there was not a run in the 9th, by the way. Yeah, okay, we got that. Cool. Let's take it around the league. The Space Rangers playing hot baseball. They have a 5-game win streak. They win 9-2 over the Buffalo Surge. And all right, we do have a final prediction up. Thanks, Dolores Clifton, for sticking with it. Player of the game in this one, Doggin Eminem, the lunar base left fielder, helping that Space Rangers offense to score 9. Outer Banks winning at home against the Death Valley Scorpions 7-3. So Aviators, last couple games getting the offense figured out. Look at that, Benny Sheets with 12 strikeouts. But Okada Khan, your player in the game in this one, Aviators third baseman, getting it done. San Antonio Sloss winning 14-0, shutting out the New Orleans Rougarou. A lot of offense for San Antonio here in this one. Only 3 total hits for New Orleans. Player of the game in this one, Big Vito of the San Antonio Sloth. Long time Sloth. And the Seattle Sea Serpents win 1-0. Very low scoring game here against the Boise Raptors. Irma Gerd, the Seattle starter with the win, 8 1/3, striking out 7, is your player of the game. Cancun winning 9-2 over the Vancouver Vandals on the road. Player of the game in this one is going to be Matt Stroh, Cancun starter, 8 innings, only 1 earned and 9 strikeouts. Matt Stroh having a solid season. Toronto Pathfinders win 9-6, excuse me. I was about to say 6-9 because haha, funny number, haha. Player of the game in this one, Jew the Jew, in the loss for the Apex, but had a solid 4-hit outing. As opposed to a liquid 4-hit outing, you know. 9-3 victory for the Demons over the New York, or for the Voyagers over the Detroit Demons. New York here, defending their home field. Squints, Palmadoris, the Voyagers catcher, is going to be player of the game in this one. Be sure to get your channel points up. We have a who wins, Toronto or NOLA. Swing it over to the minor leagues quick. I better save just in case, because I'm sure everyone who wanted to win won today. Puerto Rico Ranas win 8-3 over the California Firehawks. Player of the game in this one, Fenrir Lycan, starter for the Ranas. 6 innings, no earned, and 4 strikeouts. Great outing there for the Puerto Rico squad. Kingpins winning at home over the Hepcats 10-2. They take down Kansas City. Player of the game in this one, Evanescence, bringing the Kingpins to life as your player of the game. Florida Flamingos continue their winning ways. 3-1 victory for them over the Swift Steeds. Player of the game, Dizzy Stoner, Florida starter, getting the dub. Number 9 on the season, 5 and 2/3. 1 earned, 4 strikeouts. Louisville Lemurs winning on the road over the Bears. Bears kind of have having a bit of a slide here this sim. 8-4 victory for Louisville. Josh Allen of the Lemurs is going to be your player of the game. And it took extras, but the Amarillo Armadillos are going to take down the Anchorage Wheelers. 8-6. Looks like Kirby Bernard helping out. Hep Kitty struggling a little bit. That's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's all about playoffs, really. Marcelo Reyes, your player of the game here for the Wheelers in the loss. All right. Let's double check the schedule, but I think we have a quick sim, and then we're going to do our final stream game of the night. Toronto Pathfinders and New Orleans Rougarou. So it's a little more time to get your predictions in as we do another quick simulation. We're going to start out in Providence once more. 1-0 shutout. Previous game was a big offensive outing for the Crabs. This one, no offense basically by either team. Looks like Ottage Mizark Cove, the only run generated in this one with a solo homer. Player of the game in this one, James Daly. No decision here. 5 and 2/3. No earned. 8 strikeouts. Not a bad outing. They maybe pulled him a little early, but it is what it is. Death Valley Scorpions getting some revenge on the Aviators. They shut them out 7-0. Wait, I didn't mess this up, did I? No, it's the 30th. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm like, what the heck? Usually, it's odd, because usually the interleague games are like 2-game series, so I'm just a little bit thrown off, I guess. But, hey, whatever the schedule says. Player of the game in this one, Death Valley's Giuseppe Jones. I think I had a player of the game earlier. 8 innings, 8 strikeouts, no earned. Solid outing for Jones. He's having a great season. San Antonio Sloths getting another win against New Orleans. Oh, I think they are 2-game series because then they flip. Okay. Yeah, they like switch partners. Yeah. There's just no off day. That's what I'm missing. That's sorry. I just be thinking sometimes, and sometimes I should just not be thinking. But I just be tinking. Player of the game in this one is going to be Sam Antonio for the Sloths. Getting no decision here in this start. Seattle Sea Serpents win 7-4 over the Boise Raptors. So we check things out here. Player of the game in this one is going to be Cookie, the Sea Serpent starter, getting the dub in this one. Swinging it over here, we have the Buffalo Surge winning at home. A little revenge over the Space Rangers. 7-4 victory for them. A reminder to get the predictions in. Dolores Clifton, your player of the game in this one. Buffalo starter, 6 innings, 2 earned, and 10 strikeouts. Been modding for us all night. Hey, if you're a mod, you get rewarded with player of the game. I don't make the rules. We've got the Cancun Toro, Clifton Crooked. Cancun Toros with 11 straight victories. They win over the Vandals 7-5. Player of the game in this one's going to be Elwood Hayes of the Vandals, despite the loss here. Checking things out, we have the Apex knocking down the Pathfinders on the road. That's a tough Apex team sometimes. They might not have playoffs, but they have heart. And which one really is more important, playoffs or heart? Come on. Just look at the box score. I don't know. Zach Johnson Jr. of the Pathfinders is going to be your player of the game. Pathfinders don't get the win, though, despite his efforts. And the Voyagers win over the Demons 10-6. So Demons is they were on a pretty big streak there, I think, entering today. And I think I'm the worst Detroit streamer of all time. My head is probably on a pike somewhere in Michigan. Like a figure in my head, not my real head, because then I wouldn't be able to talk. You know what I mean? Whatever. Player of the game in this one, Franklin DeMars of the New York Voyagers, left fielder or first baseman? Left fielder. There we go. All right. Let's go over to the minor league quick sims, and then we will get into our last game of the night. Primetime 8, Toronto Raptors, New Orleans Rougarou. Firehawks win this one 9-1 over the Puerto Rico Ranas. Good road win for the Firehawks as they're 51 wins now on the season with just, 13 games left? 13? Yeah. Oh, I said Raptors. No, it's the Pathfinder. No. This is why we can't. Oh, no. Because, well, Pathfinders, Raptors, they're kind of like the same name. I don't know. They're like, one's a dinosaur, one's not. I don't know. But then there's the Boise Raptors. It's so confusing. maybe we should just merge. I know. Okay. All right. Fine. I'm not. It is late. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Is it? Oh, it's Gay Lake Monster backwards. That's right. Gay Lake Monster Cove is your player of the game. Louisville Lemurs win 7-5 over the Bruce City Bears. That's something I have noticed in the PBE. There's just not enough Gay Lake Monsters. So we got to fix that. Not saying that there should be multis made. Don't no. But we don't need more of that. Alaskan Bullworm's going to be your player of the game in this one. He was pink, and Harry, the catcher for the Lemurs, doing work. Florida Flamingos staying hot. 5-2 victory for them over the Swift Steeds. I'm never not going to say like Toronto Pathfinder or Toronto Raptors. Now I can't even say it when I'm trying to intentionally say it. Player of the game in this one, Jefferson Steelflex. Not to be confused with Jefferson Starship or Jefferson Airplane. Kingpins winning again over the Hepcats at home. 10-5 victory for the Chicago squad. Pedro Blanco, your player of the game in this one for the Kingpins in the victory. And finally, we have the Dillos winning 11-0 over the Wheelers, shutting out the Wheelers. Look at that big offensive day for them. Player of the game in this one, Leonidas Ruiz of the Amarillo Armadillos. All right, let's not dawdle any farther. Here we go. New Orleans Rougarou hosting the Toronto Not Raptors Pathfinders. As we're approaching the end of August, we have our final 13 games left of this season. And, yeah, let's get to it. Taiwan Bay pitching to Dynamite. That kind of rhymes. I like that. Here we go. First pitch underway right now. Let's close that prediction down and get our primetime 8-game underway. And we are closing down the season here. After this is just going to be 12 games remaining. So we'll take a look at the standings here once it's all said and done for this sim day. Dynamite starting things off with a strikeout swinging. That is going to be 1 down. Josef Pilsudski strikes out looking. So back-to-back Ks for the Toronto Bats. That'll bring up Zach Johnson Jr. And now Taiwan Bay deals. Zach Johnson Jr. is going to fly out to right. That is out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Pathfinders. Manuel Bang, my boy Leaford, leading things off here for the Rougarou. It'll be Orion Thrasterson, who's having a solid season, pitching in this one, but going to give up a leadoff single to Manuel Bang. 1 on, nobody out. Sad Fakar's up, and Fakar strikes out swinging. That's 2 down, or 1 down.
Strike 3.
Giggity Goo is up and out, striking out swinging. And then it'll be Dusty Stradley flying out to center. So the Rougarou get a hit, but nothing to show for it. 0-0 ball game. We go to the top of the second with Kendrick Mills, Pathfinder's catcher, starting things off. And Mills is going to go back, and just over the left center wall, gone. A solo homer. Toronto in the lead early with nobody out. 1-0 lead for him. Kevin Larson's up. And the Pathfinder's first baseman strikes out looking. 1 down. Taiwan Bay is in, deals to Harvey Brinkley Jr., who's going to get a walk. Or a hit, sorry, to left. So we got 1 on, 1 out. And a liner. Brinkley Jr. has to dive back as Catter lines out to first. And that ball is gone. Did not know if it had enough, but Oppo Taco from Mo Love. Home run number 15 on the season. A 2-run shot to give the Toronto Pathfinders an extended lead 3-0 here in the top of the second with just 2 outs. Or with 2 outs, not just. Jeff Lewis is up, and the shortstop will ground out to the other shortstop. 3 outs here in the second half, or top of the second. Bottom of the second we go. Trevor Tulowitzki, cold hitting here like a lot of the Rougarou lineup. Lead thing off. And Tulowitzki's going to ground out to the third baseman counterpart. Sean S. Shanahan drawing the walk. 1 on, 1 out for Wilkins McClobber. And McClobber grounds out into the 5-4-3 double play. Thrasterson cleans things up nicely in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. Toronto trying to extend their 3-0 lead. Taiwan Bay trying to keep everything under control. Dynamite is up, struck out the first time, grounds out to the second, or to the shortstop this time. 1 out. Josef Pilsudski is going to get this one all the way to the wall. That is going to be a 1-out double. So good RBI opportunity for Zach Johnson Jr. Full count to Johnson Jr. And that is going to be a slap hit to right. Will they send the runner? No. So Pilsudski hangs up at third. Runners at the corners, 1 down for Kendrick Mills. Mills had that home run earlier, but strikes out swinging in this one. 2 down for Larson. And Larson will also strike out swinging. So Pathfinders getting a little bit of traffic, but no runs on the board in this half inning. Bottom of the third, Toronto up 3-0. Barnabas Hammerman is up, will strike out swinging. That is 1 down. Thrasterson's third strikeout of the day. Skylar Strobel Jr. is going to ground out to the third baseman. That's 2 down now. And Manuel Bang strikes out swinging. Through 3 innings, Thrasterson with no earn, only 1 hit, 1 walk allowed, and 4 strikeouts. We go to the top of the fourth with Harvey Brinkley Jr. starting things off for Toronto. That is a strikeout. Taiwan Bay's got 6 strikeouts in this one, but 3 earned runs, unfortunately. One down for Bob Catter now. And Catter giving this one a ride, and over the left field wall and gone. Carrying nicely, Catter with a solo home run makes it a 4-0 ball game. Bob Catter's 7th homer on the season. Mo Love is up, and Love is going to keep things going with a 1-out base knock. So Jeff Lewis will step in, hitting hot, but it's going to ground out into the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So that'll do it. Toronto scoring on the solo homer after the top of the 4th is over. It's a 4-0 ball game with the Rougarous bats set to go. They trail, and S43 is going to lead things off with a knock. Nobody out for Giggity Giggity Goo, who's going to hit a single up the middle to center. That is runner on first and second. Nobody out for Dusty Stradley, but the 5-4 fielder's choice going to put runners at the corners with 1 out. Trevor Tulowitzki, good RBI opportunity, gets a single up the middle, and the Ruger are on the board. And then that's an error on Namite as it rolls past them. So a great opportunity for Shauna Shanahan. Shanahan grounds out to the shortstop, does score Stradley from third. 2-4 ball game. Ruger still trail by 2. Wilkins McClobber giving this one a ride. It's back. Caught right at the wall by D. Namite. And that'll end the 4th inning. The Ruger come for 2. They don't stay for more. Top of the 5th with D. Namite leading things off. As the Pathfinders have a 4-2 lead. Namite will draw the walk on Taewon Bay. Try to steal second, but no can do. Skylar Strobel Jr. Guns him down. Now Josef Pilsudski strikes out looking. That's 2 down for the Pathfinders. Zach Johnson Jr. on the 3-1 count will draw the walk. So Kendrick Mills homered earlier. See if he's got number 10 in him this day. Runner moving on the pitch because of the full count, 2 outs, and that is going to be a single to right. Runners at the corners, 2 down for Larson. Larson is going to ground out to the third baseman, who gets the force out at second. So no runs across, despite the opportunity here for the Pathfinders. We go to the bottom of the 5th with Barnabas Hammerman, the 8-hole hitter, up, strikes out swinging. That is out number 1. Thrasherson, 5th strikeout.
Strike 3.
Skylar Strobel Jr. strikes out. That's number 2. 2 outs here for Manuel Bang, one of the top hitters on this New Orleans squad. Grounds out to the shortstop for out number 3. We go to the top of the 6th. Toronto doubling the score of the Rougarou, 4-2. As Brinkley Jr. sets in 1 hit earlier, draws a walk now. 1 on, nobody out for Catter, who has a home run in this one as 450s come onto the game. And Catter's going to ground out. No, it's an error
Strike 3.
there, but that'll bring up Mo Love. Mo Love strikes out, 1 down. 3-1 count for Jeff Lewis, who draws the walk. So bases juice, 1 out for D. Namite. Full count, and Namite will draw the walk. So a Harvey Brinkley Jr. run comes across on the walk. 5-2 ball game in favor of the Pathfinders. Josef Pilsudski now in, and Pilsudski will also draw a walk. So 450s walked in a couple runs. Those are going to be tagged up to Taewon Bay, or at least one of them will be. And now, 2-2 count. Zach Johnson Jr., strike 3 looking. 2 outs for Kendrick Mills. Gives this one a ride to center. Caught by Wilkins McClobber. 3 outs here. Pathfinder score a couple on some walks, but I think they could have scored a little bit more after loading the bases like that. They lead 6-2 though. S43 is going to fly out to center. That is 1 down. Goo is up, and Goo is going to ground up to the third baseman. That's 2 outs. 3-0 count for Stradley. Stradley swinging on the 3-0 count. That's kind of a no-no, even if it was in the middle of the plate there. 3 down in the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 7th we go. Kevin Larson leading things off. Larson singles past the shortstop, so lead off hit. Larson's first of the night. 1 on, nobody out. Harvey Brinkley Jr. gap shots this one to left center, and that's going to put runners in scoring position for Bob Catter. DH for Toronto. Great opportunity. Strikes out looking on the full count. First out in this inning, Mo Love grounds out to the shortstop. No. No play, and it's ruled a hit. So RBI single for Mo Love. Now Jeff Lewis up, runners at the corners. Strikes out swinging there. That was like a 9-pitch at bat. Wow. And robbing Dinamite of a hit is Sean S. Shanahan in right field. Pathfinder scratch across one. We go to the bottom of the 7th. New Orleans bats are up. They trail by 5 at home. Trevor Tulowitzki is up, and Tulowitzki is going to strike out swinging. That's 1 down. Sean S. Shanahan is going to ground onto the third baseman. That's now 2 down. Wilkins McClobber's up. Center fielder is going to fly out to the opposing center fielder. 1, 2, 3 New Orleans bats go, with Toronto up in the top of the 8th. Pilsudski's up, and Josef Pilsudski giving this a ride, and into the bullpen and gone. A solo Oppo Taco homer. Josef Pilsudski's 22nd on the year. That makes it an 8-2 ball game. Zach Johnson Jr. is up, and Johnson Jr. is going to get a single back to the pitcher. 1 on now, nobody out for Mills. As Automatics has been in the game for a bit, by the way, as Mills pops up to the first baseman, 1 down. Larson checks the swing, but it's ruled a strikeout. Out number 2. Harvey Brinkley Jr. now up, and Brinkley Jr. strikes out swinging. So, Toronto scoring 1 on a solo homer. Bottom of the 8th. New Orleans running out of opportunities. They trail by 6. Barnabas Hammerman is up. Will draw the walk. 1 on, nobody out. And now that'll be Skyler Strobel Jr. grounded out to the first baseman. Can't get the tag at second, so Hammerman stands on second with Manuel Bang up. Bang is up and will get this one to right. Will they send the runner? They do. Safe is Barnabas Hammerman. New Orleans now make it a 3-8 ball game. RBI single for Manuel Bang. That ball given a ride by Sadfikar, but it's going to be caught in right. 2 down. Laces this one down the right field line. That's going to one-hop the wall. In the corner, do they send Manuel Bang? No, he hangs up at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th with runners in scoring position. And Dusty Stradley is going to get both of them. No, just one of them across here. RBI single from Stradley. Runners at the corners, 2 down. 4-8 ball game now. Tulowitzki strikes out swinging as J. Doctor Jr. finally finishes off the inning. 4-8 ball game with Toronto up in the top of the 9th. Maybe the last chance they have to bat as Bob Catter leads things off. Catter strikes out looking. 1 down. That'll bring up Mo Love. And Love is going to get a single up the middle. 1 on, 1 out for Jeff Lewis, Toronto's shortstop. 2-2 count is going to fly out to shallow right. Now Dinamite draws the walk. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. And Pilsudski's keeping the inning alive, keeping the pressure on. RBI single from Pilsudski makes it a 9-4 ball game as he scores Love. That is going to be a wild pitch, I think. And a single from Zach Johnson Jr. is going to score 2. So a 2 RBI single by Johnson Jr. scoring Pilsudski and Namite. 11-4 ball game in the top of the 9th. Kendrick Mills strikes out in the full count to end this half of the inning. So Ruru down by 7. Definitely have their work cut out for them as we are approaching the end of this ball game, methinks. Sean S. Shanahan will draw the walk here. That'll bring up Wilkins McClobber, who strikes out swinging. Barnabas Hammerman is now up. And that is going to be a single. Runners on first and second, 1 out, but Skyler Strobel Jr. strikes out swinging. And then it's going to be an out. Manuel Bang grounds out to the shortstop to end this one. Toronto wins pretty convincingly 11-4 on the road here against the New Orleans Rougarou. Good victory for the Pathfinders, who advanced to 65-31 on the season. Definitely 70 win is very possible for this team, which is a good mark. I mean, Really good market, honestly, in the PBE. Player in the game in this one going to be Mo Love of the Toronto Pathfinders, the right fielder, getting it done with a 4-hit day. Let's take it around the league. The San Antonio Sloths win 9-4 over the Nashville Stars on the road. There's a couple of road teams winning here. Player of the game in this one, Luigi Lanikai of the San Antonio Sloths, helping that offense out, get the victory. Buffalo Surge win big 11-2 over the Indianapolis Apex. Look at that day. 5-hit day for Mustard M. Mustard. And Mustard M. Mustard will be your player of the game. Did tie the regular season hit record for Buffalo with 5. Went to extras, but the Crabs are going to win against the Cancun Toros 4-2. It's like Joe Shiesty Jr., the hero in this one. Player of the game in this one, Nova Montaigne. Cancun starter pitched incredibly well. 7 innings, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. But will not get the decision. Crabs get the win in this one. Sea Serpents win at home in a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like Shiamis with a 2-run homer against I Am a Closer. Maybe you want to drop the K on that last name. Player of the game in this one is going to be Theo Allard of the Seattle Sea Serpents. Who was the hero in this one? Yeah, it was Miss. Yeah, I said that. Allard, yep, getting it done for Seattle. Keeping it going. The Scorpions win 5-3 over the Vancouver Vandals at home. Player of the game in this one, Rusty Salmon Arms of the Scorpions, the catcher there in DVS, doing work. Lunar Base wins 10-2 over the Boise Raptors. Looks like a big day for Newman, but no, it's going to be Arthur Morgan, your player of the game in this one, although right in the dirt. Solid outing there, too. All right, and we've got the Detroit Demons getting off the schneid. They win 12-1. Probably would have liked to have some of those runs in the previous games there. Big win for them over the Outer Banks Aviators. I don't know. They probably about clinched that final playoff spot, though. So then it's just a matter of seeding. That's a tough loss for Outer Banks, too. They had a couple big wins against Detroit, but they kind of needed to get hot here if they wanted to make playoffs. Bogan Bay Bader, player of the game in this one, 11 strikeouts in 8 innings, no earned. Let's go over to the minors as we finish off the night. Louisville Lemurs win 5-4 over the Bruce City Bears. Neller Denstro, your player of the game in this one, helping out the Lemurs get the win. It's going to be the Swifties winning 5-4, cooling off the Flamingos. Keep in mind, we just got 12 games left in the season. Player of the game in this one, Hayden Andrews Jr. I think very fondly of Hayden Andrews, the senior, of course. California Firehawks, it took extras, but they get the job done. 8-7 victory for them over the Puerto Rico Ranas. A lot of offense for both teams, though, in this one. Yeah, top of the 13th, who was it? McGillicuddy. No. I don't know. Thanks, OTP. Yeah. Jeff Lumo, new fan, is going to be your player of the game in this one. But the Firehawks are going to get the win. I think, isn't... Oh, no, they are on the Firehawks. But Lumo GM's the run. I don't know. It's so confusing. The minor leagues are so confusing. Anyway, the Dillos win on the road over the Anchorage Rulers. Both teams sitting at 49 and 47. It's getting real close here in this minor league playoff push. It's going to be Leonidas Ruiz, your player of the game in this one, helping drive that Dillos offense to the victory. Chicago Kingpins wrap things up tonight with a win over the Kansas City Hepcats 7-4. Player of the game in this one, Dave Hawkball of the Kingpins, helping out that solid Chicago offense here in this one. That'll do it, folks. I mean, we're going to upload to the index and call it a day, but real quick, we could just look at the standings here. Minor league standings, we've got, I mean, it's really close, folks. The farthest team out is the Flamingos. I'm not sure I mean, they did do well today, and they have done well, whereas a lot of teams are kind of sliding at the wrong part of the season, but, you know, it's close. It's really close. Because all these teams are at 46 wins, and the next team, if the playoffs started today, it'd be the Ranas in. So very, very close here in the minor leagues. I'm sure a lot of GMs are very hair pulley outy about it. And yeah, majors here. Yeah, Voyagers and Crabs have some ground now over the Sloths and Aviators. Although the Sloths did have a really good sim day. They were pretty far behind to start the day. Yeah, 5-game win streak for him. Well done. But yeah, so we'll see. The Sloths and Aviators, they're going to need a lot of help. And same thing with Seattle, although they're not mathematically eliminated. 12 games, 12 games to go. That's why Detroit's magic number is 1. And also Lunar Base can clinch the division. So yeah, it's kind of coming together here. We're just kind of playing for seeding. So I don't know what the plan is Saturday, because I'm not sure there's going to be a playoff race, but we'll see. Looks like they just announced what stream is going to be here, and it will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. It will be our favorite AJ streaming tomorrow night. All right. And that is going to do it for me tonight. So we'll just get uploading here and call it a day. Appreciate everyone joining in, and for Clifton for doing the modding. As we kind of get things wrapped up. Test. What are we testing, hummus? My chat was broken. Oh. Chat broken. Uh, I don't even know if we need to do anything. I guess all we could do is I didn't pay that close attention. I mean, we could look. See, I think the schedule's kind of set up where a lot of the divisional teams play each other, so there could be like a good DVS and Cancun game maybe at the end. I haven't looked at the schedule. Minors, yeah, it'll probably be largely minor leagues. Minors are chaotic. Minors are absolutely chaotic. There's 3 games within 1 game of the last spot. So yeah, there's a team at 47 wins, and then there's 3 teams at 46 wins, and the Ranas at 47 wins are the last team in the playoffs. So it could be mostly minors on Saturday, or maybe like you do like a few minor games, and then maybe like a couple games for seeding in the. Oh yeah. Well, I'd argue that if you want to actually get accurate stats, you won't play out the games, but that's just my take. Not like how we do it. But yeah, I don't know who's streaming on Saturday. Is it Lumo? Might be Lumo. Bellick Cove and Zach Johnson Jr. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I don't remember. I don't think Cove had as good of a sim day today, but had a really big lead. So I'm not sure. I mean, the Voyagers in general haven't been doing as well, and generally speaking, it seems like the better team. I think Zach Johnson Jr. did a little bit better today, so maybe has an edge. It's tough to tell. It is tough to tell. Yeah, Morgan's going brazy. I didn't really pay attention. I think Morgan had a pretty good. I had one like player of the game. And then the final game of the night last stream looked like he had a 2 home run game. I'm pretty sure Morgan's like 29 or 30 home runs on the season. Like just crazy, just crazy. But Bellick Cove's average dropped off. I mean, I think Cove is still getting on base and hitting for a lot of power, but Cove and playing second, which helps the defensive war. But Bellick Cove is like batting sub 250. Power had another home run and is like at 97 or 98 RBIs on the season. So Max Power is going crazy too. You could make a case for Max Power, but like I mean, it depends on your interpretation for MVP. Um, you know, Max Power. Yeah, I think they're S33 or S32. So like coming up on the third season of regression, I want to say 32 or 33. Why wait? I don't know. Isn't there a rule, Hummus? Isn't there like a 5-year rule or something? I don't know. I don't know the rules clearly. Well, I do know rules are lame. You missed my meme at the beginning of the stream, Hummus. It was it got a very big hee hee ha ha out of the chat. Well, not really, only one person. He might be one of the best players of all time. Yeah, I mean I think he's still the career OPS leader. I think he is still the career OPS leader at this point. Well, the index is uploading, Hummus. We'll know in a second. Jeez, just relax, bro. All right, we're gonna call things here as we just finish things up. I'll post the index updated announcement, and we will call it a night. Sorry for the late stream, just a little bit different work schedule. Appreciate everyone coming out, and I will. Not sure when I'll see you guys next. I'm not sure if I'll do playoff day one or not. It looks like the Crabs are probable to make the playoffs, so not sure I feel comfortable streaming that, but we'll see what happens. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I will catch you all later. Bye bye.